Cool. Let me start off the video by telling you the things that don't matter. The blog does not matter. You don't have to worry about creating a server account. That doesn't matter. And yeah, so now let's focus on the actual thing. So this would be like the main site from here, where a server would be listed over here. So over here we have the current price. That's the current price the server is trading at, so like the latest value that it's trading at. And then we have the name and then the ticker of it, so it's like recognizable across platforms. And then the amount of currency that is available. So if we go in, we can then look at the trades that has happened over time. And then, for instance, you still have the total currency over here, and over here is it listed all the assets for sale. Now, that's more for the players, not really for the server owners. Over here, we can go to my servers. So over here, this is just numbers, so you can keep stats and shit about what's going on, but that's not important right now. Here you can adjust how many shares you want to print. So for instance, if you're getting loan shares, or you have this thing that you want to create more shares for because there's a much higher influx of players coming in, then here you can adjust the leverage. The leverage is how much it is worth. That's what that is for, so you can just edit that on the fly. Then we go back to portfolio. Then over here we have the ticker, we have the quantity, the unleveraged share, and the code. This is very important because this is how we identify which share needs to go to which player, or which player is leveraging, and so that people cannot steal each other's shares even though they have multiple accounts. So that's how we figure that one out. This is what's listed. So what's listed over here, you can find over here. So you see the assets are listed here. This is just the other side. So for instance, if the user has listed something and they want to go withdraw it because maybe there's a price change, they want a better price or a lower price, or they just don't want to sell it anymore, they can just cancel the listing. And then we have trading history. But now let me show you what's really cool about this. Okay, so I spend up the instance of FiveM, a EXX server. There's a QB Core 1 available soon. And over here I made some changes to our so now we're just using 10 shares. So we're gonna have to grab this code, and then we type in the command, we paste the code and how many shares we want to leverage. So let's say 3. Now each share is leveraged at $10,000 a share. That's how I set up mine. And then if you take a look at our bank account, when I hit enter, it goes up with $30,000. Now let me show you this. As you can see, our unleveraged shares have dropped now by 3, so we only have 7 available. Now the reason why this is important is because we have 10 shares. 7 shares tells me I can sell 7 of these shares because they don't have a loan against them. So this will help to not ruin the economy, because we're not just pumping money into the economy. It has to be taken out of the economy before a share can be listed again. So now let's take a look. And now we only have 7 unleveraged shares. Now these 7 unleveraged shares is very important because that's the only shares we can sell. We can only sell up to 7 out of our 10 shares because 3 of our shares are leveraged as a loan so that we can use the currency in game. For the user to release these shares, they have to pay the exact same amount of the leverage back into the system so that it will release the shares. Now, to release these shares, all we just have to do is deposit that. Then we add our code and how many we want to deposit. So say 3 shares because we want to maybe sell all of them. Now, as you can see in our bank account, it has withdrawn the $30,000. And then if we go take a look at our shares, you will see that we have 10 back of unleveraged shares. So then we can start selling them.